Hello, guys. Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the time is over there. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Ta-da! You may want to smash the red subscribe button if there's a first time stumbling on this channel. Like the video, comment, and share. God bless you real good. And if you're my returning subscriber, of course, you guys know I love you already. You're welcome once again to the liveliest and the happiest channel on the streets of YouTube. So today, guys, I'm going to tell you why the South Koreans love the Philippines. So without much ado, let's head right into that video. You will know my reaction as we proceed, and please don't forget to leave for me your own reaction in the comment section below and tell me where you're from. Are you a South Korean? Are you a Philippine? Are you a Filipino? Leave for me in the comment section below. Thank you.
The Philippines and South Korea have one of the most meaningful relationships in all across Asia.
Wow, meaningful
No, it's not because South Korea is a huge investor in the Philippines, as we talked about in previous videos, nor is it because of the big influx of tourism and cultural exchanges, but rather one that dives deep in the two countries' history. You see, bilateral relations between the two were established on the 3rd of March 1949, making the Philippines the 5th country to extend diplomatic relations as a sovereign state for the Republic of Korea.
Really? I never knew,
This
honestly.
is not where things get spicy. It was in the early 1950s when a war was being fought between North Korea and South Korea. North Korea had a backbone of strength in the beginning. After it initiated the war with support from China and the Soviet Union, it led a strong offensive battle. However, during these devastating and dark times, the Philippines were the 3rd country to ever step up and send troops to South Korea. They sent the Philippine Expeditionary Forces to Korea, or PEFTOC for short, a unit that eventually comprised around 7,500 troops. These men were led by highly competent commanders, many of whom had experience from combatants of prior years. They stayed in South Korea over a 5-year period, and among them were former President Fidel Ramos and 2 former ambassadors. But as the Philippines sent these troops to help South Korea, the Philippines was no better off as a country. It was still recovering from the devastation of the Second World War. Yet the Philippines understood the value of aiding a nation in peril. In fact, the Korean administration was initially against sending troops to Korea. But as many know, the Philippines had strong U.S. ties, which was a pivotal moment as South Korea was backed by the U.S. government. Many pro-U.S. legislators and even the U.S. government themselves had pressured the Korean administration. Many reasons were given as to why these legislators had wanted to send troops to South Korea, among them stating that they were on the side of democracy, not communist, to fulfilling their pact with the United States. Regardless, when these troops arrived in Korea, they had limited supplies and even weapons that were largely outdated. They were thrown into a climate they weren't accustomed to, with freezing winters that were harsh and unforgiving. Despite these setbacks, they fought valiantly. Their role wasn't just as a supplementary force, they were often at the forefront of major operations and defensive stands. One of the most iconic moments was the Battle of Yultong. Taking place in April 1951, located in Yeoncheon, the battle was part of the Chinese Spring Offensive. It happened after over 40,000 Chinese and North Koreans reached the UN battle line, which was guarded by the Philippine 10th Battalion. The Philippine troops numbered at a mere 900. The situation was then grim, and from every side of the story, it would look like the Philippine battalion would lose. How could a mere 900 troops go against 40,000? Most units in such a situation would have retreated or surrendered. But as the story goes, the Philippine troops held their ground. They fought throughout the night, disrupting the enemy's plans and buying time for other UN forces to regroup. By the end of the fight, the Filipino battalion did not just survive, but it became a monumental point in the war and saved countless lives. It was, as many observers stated, a Filipino victory. Another battle, known as the Battle of Hill Erie, in May 1952, involving the Philippines' 20th Battalion Combat Team, was faced with a numerically superior enemy again and challenging terrain near Chorwan. The Filipinos displayed remarkable tenacity and strategic skill. Tasked with capturing Hill Erie, a key vantage point, they leveraged their experience from the Battle of Yultong, fortifying positions and planning meticulously. Despite fierce attacks from Chinese and North Korean troops, They successfully defended the hill, showcasing courage and military proficiency. And what's even more remarkable is that the Philippine troops didn't just fight, they also engaged in civil military operations. They assisted the local Korean communities in their areas of deployment, providing medical services, and even helping to rebuild schools. It was an early example of winning hearts and minds, a strategy later adopted by military organizations worldwide. The contributions of the Filipino troops were recognized with numerous military honors, including the Philippine Presidential Unit Citation, the Korean Presidential Unit Citation, and several individual medals and commendations. South Korea.
Wow, I'm sorry guys, honestly, I had to pause. I never knew this was what transpired. Thanks for history, thanks for letting us know. I feel enlightened now. But there's something I want to ask. Is this actually taught in the history of this country so that younger upcoming generations will be able to know what transpired back then? Because it really gives me joy watching this and getting to know this was what transpired between these countries and the time past. And this is why we say, may the pain, the joy of our heroes past not be in vain. I feel this should actually also be taught in schools in these countries. If you're from this country, let me know if you were actually taught this, or it's been taught in schools today or in social sects. Let me get to know so that this upcoming generations get to know what actually transpired by these great heroes of time past. Now let's head back to the video, okay?
Has not forgotten their sacrifice, and neither should we. Memorials have been erected, and annual ceremonies are held to honor these brave souls. These men returned home as heroes, their deeds becoming an important chapter in the military history of the Philippines and a pivotal part of the legacy of international aid in times of conflict. Now, the war was one thing, but what came after the war was another. The war left South Korea in ruins.
War is really a disaster.
And the people were demoralized. Many countries pitched in to help South Korea get back on its feet.
God bless the Philippines.
Philippines, a country still dealing with its own post-war challenges, offered to South Korea quite a lot, actually. After the war, the Philippines continued its commitment to South Korea in a different way, through the export of human resources. Filipino engineers, doctors, teachers, and skilled workers headed to South Korea. Their mission was straightforward but monumental: help rebuild a nation. The Filipino workforce contributed significantly to teachers. In healthcare, Filipino doctors and nurses played roles in setting up clinics and treating the sick. Filipino
Wow, God bless the Philippines.
Major infrastructure projects. At that time, South Korea needed to rebuild.
Helping to rebuild a nation. Wow.
Right there, contributing to those essential projects. And then there's education. Filipino teachers went to South Korea to teach English, a critical skill needed for South Korea to engage in international trade and diplomacy. They didn't just teach language, they also taught essential technical skills that helped young Koreans to secure better jobs. These educational exchanges also had a cultural component, fostering goodwill and mutual understanding between the two nations. Moreover, the Philippines assisted in policy development. Many may not know this, but Filipino economists and lawmakers were among those consulted during South Korea's economic planning. They shared lessons from the Philippine experience, providing insights into agricultural reform, industrialization, and economic policy. This was collaborative work at its best. It wasn't a one-way street, though. The Philippines gained valuable foreign exchange from the employment of its citizens, and this remittance played a role in stabilizing the Philippine economy during tough times. More importantly, the bilateral relationship established a strong foundation for diplomatic and economic ties that both countries continue to benefit from today. Now, why is all of this important? Well, because the Philippine involvement in South Korea's post-war rebuilding is a sterling example of how international cooperation can bring about astounding results. South Korea went
Other
from being a
countries should
war-torn
learn from
country
this,
to becoming
really.
an economic powerhouse, and the Philippines played a role in that transformation. Today, history stands the test of time. South Korea is one of the largest investors in the Philippines. Koreans, as visitors, are also amongst the highest in the Philippines. It is well known that Koreans love to visit the Philippines. Some go there for education, while others for leisure. Furthermore, there is also a
Statistics
huge
don't
defense
lie,
relationship
right?
between the two. The Philippine Army continues to use some state-of-the-art fighter jets, naval ships, and land force equipment from South Korea. These are evidence of the two's relationship. Last but not least, we must also never forget about the continuous investments in infrastructure from South Korea. The Korean government has been helping push billions of dollars over the course of the two's relationship lifetime in order to help address infrastructure deficits in the Philippines. Now, what stands out from these relationships is that, from time and time again, the help from the Philippines during the Korean War was always being cited. This just shows how appreciative South Koreans are to the Filipinos who helped fight for the birth of South Korea. But anyway, do let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for sharing. Wow, guys, this is truly amazing. It's interesting. You know how it gives me so much joy to know that the Philippines, which I love on my channel and I promote their musicians on my channel, they actually helped South Korea. That's a good thing. That's a plus. When in summary, to those who could not really listen in depthly to what was shown on that video, in summary, after the war, the South Koreans, they lost greatly. You know, the aftermath of war in a country, it's not good. So it took three countries to come to help, to come to the aid of South Korea, and the Philippines was one of them. Philippines deployed their healthcare professionals, their engineers, their skilled workers to this country to help liberate this country. They went there with a major aim to rebuild the nation. And that gave me so much joy, knowing that a country can just decide to help rejuvenate another country, irrespective of whatever their different beliefs, cultures, traditions holds. Well, I love that fact. That's why I keep telling people, irrespective of your race, your skin, it doesn't matter, irrespective of your religion, your beliefs, your traditions, your custom. What matters is that we are humans. Humanity outweighs all of these things. Humanity outweighs our skin color, humanity outweighs our religion, humanity outweighs our traditions, our beliefs, what we hold in high esteem. For the fact that we have blood running through our veins and we have air going through our nostrils, that is enough reason to render help to the next person. If we see the next person as our own blood, as our own brother and sister, life will be a better place. This world will be a better place for everyone to live in. If you just have the notion of live and let live and try to help each other. Don't say this person is not from my country, this person is not from my continent, this person is not from my race. Quit all of those bullshit and let's work together as one. I love how the Philippines portrayed this after the war on South Korea, that they went there and intervened and helped them. And I love the fact that South Koreans actually reciprocate this by investing largely in the Philippines and celebrating them from time to time. I truly appreciate their collaboration and the unity, the friendship between these countries. I hope other countries will emulate them. and live by example. So guys, tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I truly love this video and I love to see more of this. If you want to see more of this, let me know. And please don't forget, stay subscribed to my channel. Smash the red subscribe button, guys. Smash it, smash it. It doesn't bite. Like the video, comment and share, and God bless you real good. I'll see you in my subsequent video. From me to you, I love you guys. Stay blessed, stay subscribed. Jesus loves you, and quit everything that has to do with hatred. Okay? I love you guys. Stay subscribed, stay blessed. Kisses and bye. Bye.